are going into game 4. Still V5, one loss away from their season ending and LNG going on to face RNG. But with that resurgence, with that possibility of a reverse sweep in the script we all know and love in the LPL, we're here already neck deep into picks and bans for game 4.
Yeah, and I feel like we've had the script flipped a bit with the Sejuani and Renekton on the side of V5. So big denial picks away from what LNG typically like to take, but they still have that Trundle for Tarzan that can steal away all those stats.
Yeah, I think that's an incredible pickup here, but you also see the Sejuani, the Sivir, the Renekton coming out from V5, and in terms of some power picks there, I love it, but you also always have to shout out the Zeri Lulu. We didn't see it come to fruition last time around for LNG, but the first 2 games, or at least the first game, looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, for V5, you're still opting into that late game scaling. AD carry right with the Kalista now banned alongside the Lucian, so we're going kind of gone back to what we saw from game 1 and 2, at least, to see if V5 can still match in that later portion of the game. But you have the Renekton here already locked in. They're definitely going to be giving that up towards Rich, it feels like. We'll see what Rookie decides to lead in towards the mid lane here, because, I mean, I was going to say a Silas could be a big pickup because then you do get your triple melee, but not going to be the case here. We'll have to see exactly what that game plan is going to be going into the mid lane for Rookie, because it feels like they're going to keep counterpick for Doinb.
Yeah, we do see those bans in phase 2, though. The Amumu, the Silas, the Fiora, the Akali. All right, V5 not wanting to give over. The super carry Doinb Akali there, maybe not giving him a chance to respond to Rookie's Akali in his own right. But now we're looking at what LNG are drafting for their solo lanes.
Yeah, I feel like if you have like a mid you really want to pick up now, then sure, you can go for it. But you already know the top matchup, so it probably makes more sense just to lock in some for Ale. He's going to go for the Jax. So one of the big powerful things with this is we talked about the Renekton Sejuani combo, the fact that the empowered stun instantly stacks the Sejuani stun to follow up. The counter strike from Jax can block that. So as far as top laners that can mitigate the pressure, you know, Jax is a pretty good one.
This would be actually pretty incredible if we get the Rookie LeBlanc, but in all actuality, it's like the potential carry from Rookie and trying to find a tool that works for him. They're going to save his pick for last, at least. Doesn't really matter either way, but I do like the Renata picked up for ppgod because you highlighted last game, so crucial to a lot of the team fights for V5.
Also great because it's very short range composition for LNG, so having that opportunity now to try and use that hostile takeover is going to be fantastic. Rookie eyeing up the Azir here. Curious to see if he does want to go towards it or if we just get him seen going towards the LeBlanc. He hasn't played a lot of the Vex in the solo queue, which we saw hovered, but looks like the late game fight is what V5 are aiming for once more. More than likely going to be trying to play a lot more heavily around Rich in that top side now, which might be the difference maker, because Ala on this Jax, you do not want to get rolled in.
This could be actually huge, though. We get the Taliyah for Doinb. We saw a lot of the roaming potential, a lot of the side lane pressure from Doinb that was so big.
An 83% win rate in the regular season on it. Like a very strong pick for Doinb and something that he is able to roam a lot on. Great late game damage as well. It just feels like a nice way to roam out or roll out with LNG here.
And I think that's the big thing, the fact that it's that late game damage, because when the Azir was picked for V5, because, you know, Lulu and Zeri really put in the late game, and then having the Azir and Sivir would give V5 an edge, kind of be matched. Like, there's a lot of damage going to be pumped down the late stages of the game, but I feel like, you know, the jungle, Tarzan had a fantastic game in the previous match, even though they did lose, but also you've got this strong combo in the top jungle for V5. I feel like that's where the early pressure is going to be focused, and in the late game it's going to be about those scaling carries.
But also something that's been super integral to both sides winning has been objective control, right? We've seen such a heavy prevalence for the winning team to at least get early dragons, start stacking those up, and force the decision-making of the other side, and especially around the early Rift Heralds. We actually saw V5 kind of resurge into Game 3 with
every game so far, the team who has won has had souls, so it has really come down to being able to secure those early dragons, setting yourself up for that team fight win con.
Yep, and that team fight win con, going to be an interesting one to kind of dissect into this one when we have those differing matchups. We got the Renekton versus the Jax in the top lane, but specifically looking back to our World Championship matchup in the mid lane, Rookie versus Doinb. We saw Rookie step up. We've seen Doinb try to be a facilitator for his team so far, but Game 3 not working out his way.
And I'm just going to say, like, obviously in Game 3 that was a given, but I feel like Doinb hasn't had the best performance so far. It has been Rookie stepping up.
It has indeed. And as we crest ourselves into game number 4, it is still V5 with backs against the wall here, needing to pull off the reverse sweep. And with the composition they have, they've given themselves that late game insurance, but we'll see if LNG's early game, those decisions into that mid game do go their favor.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, LNG just trying to chase Rich back and make him a bit more honest, make sure he's not able to get the vision control established in those early stages, figure out where Tarzan is starting. Last time we saw Tarzan on this Trundle, ended up going for that cheeky little 3-camp gank into the bottom side of the map. We'll have to see if he wants to try and go for something like that and be a little bit more aggressive, especially when you're looking around this mid lane for Doinb. Like the flick back on Rookie, having that, the ability to work around the swoop that you see with Rookie, because you can throw down the Unraveled Earth, throw down the pillar, look for the gank. Rookie needs to have his wits about him here.
Yeah, because that's what we saw last time we had this matchup in playoffs between the Taliyah and the Azir, which was yesterday, between EDG and RNG. It was Scout just walking out of the Unraveled Earth, out the seismic shove, the slow from the pillar, and as you said, just be able to reposition them, can make it actually really threatening for the Azir.
So for me, I always harp on it, but it's about momentum in the LPL, I feel like, a lot of times. And we've seen reverse sweeps come down every single time, it feels like, because of that momentum.
Yeah, we had one yesterday.
Yeah, that's about right. Something about
it's
the
been
EDG.
0 days in the LPL since the last
We need a sign. We need OSHA and a sign. But it seriously, such an integral part. I know we can talk about analysis and stuff, but to lose that last game was pretty rough. And now Tarzan, looking for that level 2, will not be spotted out by Rich as he comes up pathing this way. He does get the ward down, though, Rich, and maybe we'll see that invade from Tarzan.
I mean, it was a great read from Rich just to be aware of the potential gank timing. So the ward means he's safe, but ultimately, you don't get the information you wanted. He didn't get to spot out Tarzan.
And the thing is, both Rookie and Rich placed those wards at the same time, right? You can see there's wards placed at the top of mid. So Tarzan has managed to play around both of those early wards, which is why you're not seeing Rookie playing over. Now Karsa will realize that Tarzan's in his jungle and might call for help.
They've got a little bit of priority in mid lane for LNG, but Rich is first to the table here. He does smite it just to get a little bit of health on his way out for Tarzan. He might go actually back around to contest Karsa.
But now, because Rich moved, he has to answer back, otherwise the wave would get pushed in the tower. He'd lose so much, and all it would hit level 3 and come and assist. So yes, Rich does scare Tarzan away initially, but he can't stay any longer, and Karsa can't beat him 1v1.
Karsa just used the smite as well. Tarzan's going to be up, so Gromp should be taken here by Tarzan without too much of an issue. And then the big question becomes what happens around this Rift Scuttler in just a moment's time. As Tarzan hits level 3, Karsa still 2, but Sejuani can't be slowed. And
this is the cost of that early move from Rich, because now Ole able to move past the tower and be in a position to assist. So Tarzan really, once again, going with that creative pathing, trying to find advantages. But notice, he doesn't go for the top scuttle. He could grab that easily. His main focus is denying Karsa. He's going to cover his bot side of the jungle and maybe see if he can contest his bot side scuttle.
And that's what I love about Tarzan. That's what we highlighted. His big brain in the jungle, his pathing. He was able to wrap back around, get that Gromp, kind of keep pressure on Karsa. And it's been so integral in every game so far as well.
I love this, the move from Ole to secure the scuttle. So yes, Karsa gets bot scuttle. He can't get top scuttle. Now there's not many camps left. He kind of has to invade here if he wants to make something happen, and Tarzan's ready for it.
Yeah, look at the bot side, though. You got the push there. Karsa does need to be careful. Rookie has control over the mid lane, so he's able to lean first, but Light and Loom out trying to get desperate control over this bot side to help out Tarzan now. Because if Tarzan can get this bot side jungle, he'll have that camp lead still, despite the Scuttle Crab going over.
Yeah, and you have to be so cautious, because when it's a Zeri, she can just slide over a wall and be there so much faster than any other champion. So Karsa plays respectful, backs away, and isn't able to continue his clear. Yeah,
not trying to overextend too much, but just trying to eke out every advantage possible. Something else that was super integral last game, 4v5, was the fact that Rookie kept Doinb under lock, right? That mid lane was so heavily influenced and so heavily kept by Rookie, and this time it's going to be even more important that Doinb is on the Taliyah to kind of lock him down for Rookie.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're kind of seeing at the moment, right? Rookie's doing a good job of continuously pushing in, making sure that Doinb doesn't have the opportunity to get out on the map, even going for the quick reset, getting the Dark Seal, making sure that he's going to be able to continue this pressure. At least Doinb having the tier, I mean, standard build, but will help with having that little bit more push in this lane, but it's still going to be favored for Rookie, and it means that Tarzan at the moment still playing a little bit more, I was going to say a little bit more cautious, but 4 people bot now.
It could be looking, and the pillar comes out. Nice little seismic shove there as well. Photic, one auto attack, he survived.
And there's the combo. Once you throw down the Unraveled Earth, the pillar to knock you in the seismic shove, not much you can do, and Photic, sure, he survives, but this is going to be really costly. It's also, we sometimes see the Relic Shield start come out for Lulu's when they're not going to get as much procs. Luma has gone for the Spell Thief, so he's going to get a bunch of gold and stacks from this tower.
And we usually see the Longsword start from Light, but instead going towards the Cold. He's able to stack up that little bit faster, so the fact he's getting the CS lead, getting turret plates, getting the Cold gold, Herald, he's going to be accelerated so quick.
Some great investing going on here. Absolute stonks.
Absolute stonks, okay. But also, just harkening back to game 1, right? Like, I don't want to bring back any bad memories for V5, but when they weren't able to put pressure on Light and Luma on the bottom lane, that's where we saw them come to grips with at least the Zeri and the damage that is done by this bottom lane.
And I mean, for V5, I mean, it feels like so many painful memories when they're down like this. I mean, the last time they were even close to making it towards something like Worlds was going to be where they finished 6th in summer 2020, where this was a team that was so close to getting there. A lot of teams were hoping they would make it to the World Championship, but 1 win away, and now 2 wins away. They're still down a game against LNG. Yes, they're coming off the back of a victory, but we'll have to see if they can try and ride that momentum now into late game fights with Rookie and Photic.
Now, we did see the cleanse used by Light down there in the bottom lane. Not the flash, but still something to return on, as well as with the CC there available. It is a heads-up play from LNG and from Light to not give over too many advantages bottom lane as well. And I think now looking at these objectives, what we put so much prowess on earlier on, it is first Dragon potentially on the table.
Because that was the issue with V5 in game 1 and 2, was the fact that Tarzan just kind of got control of all the neutral objectives. We said the importance of Dragons, the fact that all 3 games, teams have secured Soul and then gone on to win the game. So getting that early start's going to make all the difference. We have Herald in a minute, so it's important to see what the junglers do, but also how the bot lane set up and look to move.
You're reading my mind. That was exactly what I wanted to say, because what we've seen is LNG kind of doing the right thing. We can't fight. We will leave our bot lane bot. They'll get plates. We will try and trade across the map. V5 have been the ones that haven't been willing to do that. They will try and go for the fight way too late and then lose out all over the map. But Ala, once more, getting the better of Rich in this top side right before that major objective spawns.
And we're seeing Doinb, Tarzan focusing up this way as well.
Yeah, it is TP though for Rich. We can reset, spend a bit of money, get back in, and should be able to be there in time. And actually, this is V5 going for the early Dragon setup here. Sejuani actually doing it pretty fast since you can stack the Everfrost quite quickly. So a great early pickup that I don't think LNG expected.
Yeah, LNG hovering towards that top side of the map, and now that Dragon's already down, that means that V5 can come contest Rift Herald as well, which we saw them work out very well last game.
Yeah, they still have push on bot side as well, because they were very good at getting that push, so they will still have first move here if they want to try and commit some of that mana to push the wave. Rookie as well, having control over mid, makes it very hard for Doinb and Tarzan to immediately go over towards that objective. Even Rich having control top side, so this looking like a much better start for V5 in this one.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Tarzan kind of pulled off miracles with the advantages he could garner in this game, despite the fact that you're getting out pressured in all 3 lanes, right? Rookie's permanently had prio. Rich, it has been a bit back and forth. Arlis had some good trades, but bot lane, Photic and ppgod, with the fact that they have that Sivir and the Enchanter, have been having pressure.
It's the spell shield coming out for their Ultra Shock Laser. ppgod missing that handshake, just taking a lot of damage on the backside of it, as Light and Lumao putting in the pressure in bottom side.
Yeah, really nice spell shield from Photic, though, not getting caught off by the Ultra Shock Laser. And then, as much as Light does have, you know, the harass coming down, not enough to close out the kill, but that achieves priority for them. Luma also just hit level 6 as well, so they can start moving up to this Herald, and that Lulu ult this early in the game can be so impactful.
Karsa, though, sitting here in the bush, wants to make sure there's not an even fight.
Oh, Ala, he does dodge out of the Arctic Assault. He has to flash immediately. I don't know if he can get to Tarzan in time, and that could be first blood. That's V5 picking it up. Rift Herald is already in tow for Tarzan, but he can't stick around.
And look, immediately as that happens, LNG's bot lane move back bot, right? This is just what you're talking about, Rob. The fact that if they know they can't fight, they'll try and trade across the map.
But now they're going back. They're doing it again. They're like, hang on a second, Sivir's bot. We can still get that numbers advantage up here. We play it slow, but Rich is there.
Doinb gets flashed on here, and Doinb, he gets out with a flash of his own. Is he going to survive very much longer? Luma with the flash. Wild growth coming in. Tarzan is on the wrong side of town here, as now the Weaver's Wall is coming across from Doinb. Can they get Rookie? Rookie! He's not going to go down either. The shields are coming in so clutch.
The shot just barely tickles the tail feathers of Rookie as he walks away from that one. LNG, we talked about the bot lane moving back up, back and forth all over the place, but only the singular kill, and we're still looking at the Rift Heralds there. So TP's now coming in for the mid laners. We're going ding-ding round 2.
Both these teams willing to risk it all on this Herald. LNG have the members here, but you can see V5 will scare them away. The Herald resets, and I think they have to go for the recalls.
Would you risk it for the Void Biscuit in this one? That's a big one. But it does feel like, I mean, as Ox is saying, both teams desperately want to try and get this one.
Yeah, and the fact that we saw them actually pull away from it is astonishing to me. Both teams kind of realizing that they need to back away from it.
Yeah, and you can see here, Rich completely misplays it by stunning into the counter-strike. But that baits Ole in, right? That's what you're trying to do, get him to jump on you. So Rich baits him in with that interaction. And then they think, we got the numbers advantage, we're good to go. But these back and forth bot lane movements end up making things chaotic. We see here Doinb just surviving on a sliver of health, and then Luma flashes in with a save.
I mean, that bone playing team so clutch for Doinb, coming up just as that last tick of damage came in, and then here Rookie somehow, someway managing to get a shield and enough to walk on out of that one. Rookie solo again and just not quite hitting it. The fact that he had so little mana was a major issue for him coming into that fight.
The thing is, you saw at the end, he didn't have time to dodge to the side. He just had to keep walking a straight line.
Yeah.
Oh,
best, yeah.
So really close on that one.
Real question though, is that the World Championship buff right there? I mean, they both got out with like sub 50 health, somehow helped by the teammates. I don't know how to say it.
If you win Worlds, you take 5% less damage.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's gotta be.
That's my problem. That's why I keep dying in solo queue.
There you go. Hey, you
Yeah,
found
win Worlds, you can win your solo queue game.
All you need to do is win Worlds, no big deal. Rift Herald is started up by Karsa on the top side, while LNG are focusing on this bottom tower, trying to get a dive going, but it doesn't work out.
This is a great example, though, because, you know, they have given up trying to make that Herald happen with the Sejuani Renekton being so strong. So they try to cross map. They try to lean pressure down the bot lane and make it happen. But this is one of the issues into Sivir. She just stops pressure with her wave clear. And now they are looking for something mid, but this isn't Azir.
Yeah, Tarzan did get spotted out right there on the little pathing.
May not
was
be
the
called.
first divide out. Oh my god, he hits the seismic shove, and now Rookie cannot get out. Doinb gets the kill.
That's what I was going to say. You can see Rookie had to get out of there as quickly as possible because he knew that pillar was coming. But Frozen Domain, the fact you got the extra little bit of a speed up means that Tarzan could just about close the gap and set up for Doinb. Really nice job from the Trundle player.
Yeah, but it is still the Herald in pocket of V5, and that's the thing. Gold is about even now. Dragon advantage to V5. Another one's about to spawn. With a Herald in pocket, maybe they can leverage its pressure to try and get this second Dragon as well. And be really impactful and sort of giving them the start they need in this game.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe it's already been 5 minutes and we're already on the next Dragon. It feels like a little bit of
it was an early Dragon. And that means even more emphasis on LNG, because if you let V5 get this one, it would be such an early soul. Typically, since the Dragons got made tankier, we've seen much later Dragons. It's normally like the 10-11 minute mark. And we see V5 going for the play, Herald into bot, which puts them near that Dragon.
And that's the thing, it's really hard to defend that Dragon when you have to commit members to hold onto the turret. So immediately V5 turn over towards the next neutral objective. Rookie again with push in mid. V5 have control.
Yeah, and the DPS coming through here. I mean, Rookie actually doesn't opt to put more damage into it. I think they need to get this damage down because Tarzan's there. But I don't think with the hostile takeover, I'm not sure he can approach.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any in. Even Doinb was coming down, had the Weaver's Wall ready, but it would just be too much of a precarious position for him to put himself in, and that's another objective for V5.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the earlier games, about the power of this Hextech Soul, in particular with things like a Sivir, who can apply that AoE, get that AoE slow on the chip damage, so definitely a big win con V5 can lean towards too.
Yep, and that WinCon is alive and well, right? 10 minutes until that Dragon Soul for them if they continue to stack it up on timing. And with another little bit till the Rift Herald, till the next Dragon, it's about where Ala and the rest of LNG try to position themselves around the map.
And this is actually what more like we would see from the regular season V5. You look at them like first in Rift Herald control, fourth in Dragon control. They would control all objectives on the map. And it felt like we were missing that so drastically coming in towards playoffs, even towards the later stages of the split. But now, when Worlds is on the line, when they have a spot against RNG on the line, they are stepping up, but it's LNG who are now struggling to get control over this early stage.
And the biggest thing is, we said the strengths of LNG are in the early stage, right? We see them slip up in the mid to late game, and they haven't been able to find advantage 2 games in a row.
I mean, even with that previous one, I think what was fantastic was that Tarzan was slowing the pace of the game down, right? And we thought that with the fact that they had the Callista on the side of V5, all LNG had to do was stall the game out. But in this game, with an Azir, with a Sivir on the enemy team, you can't just bank on that.
Sorry, I was completely distracted by the Dominus being popped by Rich. I was like, oh, we're going to go. I was like, no, we're not. Okay, Rich.
Alpha Dominus, that's what it was.
Domination in the lane.
Yeah, as he loses another turret, or another bit of damage onto his turret. But this is the thing now, TP coming in from Doinb. I was about to say, you can actually try and make a play up here in Doinb with the Weaver's Wall, trying to see if he can get here. Tarzan is on the top side of the map, now only making his way up here.
Karsa up here as well to dissuade anything. We actually get the picture-in-picture. It'll be a chaotic fight in the bottom side, and Rich just burns his flash there, trying to get away from the seismic shove. And this will be first tower for LNG.
Just doing a good job of leading that pressure up there to finally get that. And this is one of the things, we saw that Renekton and Sejuani being the potent combo, hoping that Rich would be able to find some favor in this top lane matchup. But it has been Ale who's really had the advantage this entire series. It's repeating once again in this game.
And the thing is, you're now getting the advantages for LNG on the bot side as well, right? Light getting a bit of a nice little CS lead for himself. You're getting a bit of a CS lead for Ale. You haven't seen Karsa and Rich link them, as you say, in the manner that you'd want. So this is where it starts to get, oh no.
Let's go. It's just going to be the try and true 1v1 between Rich and Ale. Ale's just going to go under tower for this one.
That's pretty deep.
That's very deep.
There.
The waves
be very
here.
careful as Slice and Dice is there for Rich, but he won't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Rich like walk through Ale so you could dash through him and get the second dash. I think Ale just wasn't expecting him to go for that one. And, you know, it's no big deal, right? He's going to be able to reset off that, but definitely don't want to risk that one when any members of E5 are around.
And in that case, it is another 2 minutes for Dragon, another minute for Rift Herald, and especially with things kind of slipping out of control for LNG. You expect these next objectives to be so crucial for them, but Karsa and the rest of V5 are trying to keep the pressure up until those objectives spawn.
And that's why I think actually Ale, like, not resetting there actually will cause a bit of an issue. It's run the whole way back up the wave. Now he's not there to collect the waves. He's currently under the tower, trying to push the next wave deeper under to the tier 2 so he can fall back to the Rift Tower, get control over topside jungle is now going to be an issue. So you can see V5 kind of going, right, we've bought some space. Let's see what we can do on this opposite side, because Ale has to push in that top wave.
Tarzan diff there, he got the blue buff, just saying. Nice little smite coming out from Tarzan to kind of keep grips on the situation.
But one of the things is, like, even though Tarzan secures the blue, by doing that invade, you're denying the blue from Doinb, right? You know, as much as he does have this tier in pocket, if you start bidding through your resources because you're spamming your Q so much on Taliyah, like, that is the effect of forcing Tarzan to smite it and not being able to give it over. Now, Rich... Oh, okay, that just hits.
All right, since you're such a big Wayward fan, we get the frog all the time. Maybe I don't get a chance to talk about it because nice little trade of ultis from both the mid laners there. What's the frog's name, Ox? What is the frog with the little question mark above its head? What's its name?
I don't know.
You don't have a name for it?
I don't have a name for it. Maybe we should have
If it's Grob,
yeah, maybe
it's
we
just
should.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Grob's name is Kevin.
Okay.
Grob's name is actually Kevin. It's Kevin of, like, Sir Croakington or something. Yeah.
I've never heard of that in my
Genuinely,
life.
his name is Kevin.
Look it up. Mazel, you don't know the lore?
Apparently, yeah, apparently I did not.
I'm going to find this
research.
one again. You guys.
All right. You go do that. We have the Rift Herald started up here on either side, top laners, as Rookie will make his way first, and it looks like V5 will have advantage.
Lord Grompulus Kevin Ribbington of Croaksworth.
Oh my God, I'm not going to remember that. I can't.
This is why I just remember Kevin.
Yeah,
I
throw it
like
to Kevin and it's probably good.
Well, we see the Rift Herald taken yet again here, and V5 really just putting the pressure on LNG with other objective control.
Yeah, but it does look like, you know, LNG have position on this. I mean, V5 going to try and approach it, throwing the Herald down mid, but it is going down pretty fast.
This could be sole point for V5. They will get into the pit, and it is stolen by taken by Tarzan. TP's now coming in from both LNG and V5 respectively. Hostile takeover onto 4 members, and that's huge. LNG are turning tails and running, but can they turn around? Big seismic shove. Karsa has to flash out as well. The AoE not enough for Photic. Rookie trying to take down Tarzan. One more poke, one more prod. It's not enough.
How does no one die there? The hostile takeover for ppgod onto 5 members. So well played, and yet no one goes down.
Dude, Rookie is just putting it on here. He is not letting this happen.
The problem is, though, you still had that Herald that went down in mid, so they got that mid tier 1. Looks like they get the tier 2. That's why Rookie's trying to stop the backs, so they can keep this pressure up in the mid lane. So Dragon will fall. Will they get the tower before the TP?
TP looks like it's going to complete in the last second there. Seismic shove goes wide. Tier 2 tower goes down to V5.
So that's the thing. Dragon giving over, and don't get me wrong, those stats are really big on the Hextech Dragon, but you lost your mid tier 1 and 2 in return, so it's a heavy cost to pay. And bear in mind, this is a team composition with a Sivir and an Azir. It's so hard to take towers from them. Like, that mid tier 1 still stands healthy for V5.
Especially when Rookie can start to, like, move up into this top side, push out the wave, get another tier 1 in the top lane. Once these 2 towers in mid go down, it becomes very easy to start rotating around the map and making sure that you're trading up in that area. So for V5, again, this is a fantastic start from them. When they are still trying to hit this reverse sweep, having this start in game 4 is so important.
And they had such an aggressive composition for the early game last time around, but then they piloted it so well in the late game as well. So it gives you those thoughts of how do LNG find this? When we've seen their later game be the mistakes that happen and cause them things and cause them losses, LNG need to kind of right the ship at this point.
Yeah, I feel like just at this point, V5 are going to have the map pressure and be able to, you know, as we said, Rob, you were just talking about, Rookie able to lead up towards the top side and pose a big threat onto this tier 1 tower. And if they continue to just keep pushing the pace of this game forwards, like, even though they gave over Dragon, they're still leading in those.
And this is the problem. If you can push in that mid lane wave, when now V5 get to move top, how does Doinb try and defend this solo? That's why we're seeing LNG commit so many members to top side. So Rich, he leans bot. He's like, cool, I'll push in and threaten the tier 2 on the opposite side.
Yeah, oh, they're going for more
They are. The Weaver's Wall again into the Emperor's Divide. Rookie has to flash away. Karsa trying to get out of this one. Ala hitting the counter-strike. He has to flash forward to make sure it connects. ppgod and Photic are right around the corner. Ala is overextending a little bit, but he is the Jax. You have the pillar from Tarzan to block the way. Is he going to be able to get it? Karsa and him going at it 1v1.
Just about able to get away there. Karsa looked like he was in a lot of threat when Ala got that flash forward, but the speed of coming through from ppgod with the Shreddy's Reverie means that they're able to escape away from that one. But good response from LNG to defer a lot of the map pressure that was happening.
Yeah, and the problem was, because Rich doesn't have TP, he felt like he had to move because Baron is up and available. He didn't want to just keep pushing bot, because if Karsa died, and it was touch and go at a point there, that could have just been Baron if he was still on the bot side of the map.
And we are looking at item spikes coming through. 2 items for both AD carries at this point. We're looking at second items coming across. Love the Warmog's first pickup for Karsa. A little bit more of that tankiness to set up the carries. That will be Rich, Rookie, and Photic.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of poke here that Karsa has to deal with, so wanting to try and stay as healthy as possible. But we'll actually be missing out on the Iceborne Gauntlet quite a lot when it comes towards team fights, like a lot of your damage. Also, just the fact that you're able to, you know, slow up a lot of members as well for the likes of V5 to catch up. But Tarzan, the V5 are coming through.
He's holding the pillar. I like it. He's holding it to the right moment, and I think that's appreciated. But we see yet another tower going down to V5.
Yeah, we finally get the pressure being too much with Rookie leaning into that top lane. That constant push in mid, rotate members over, has done its job. And we now get a situation where Rookie's going to push his wave in, reset, and we're looking towards that dragon in 50 seconds. It wouldn't be solved for V5, but LNG do not want to give them a chance to get close to it.
I think as well, at least Ala has got a push on bot side, but Rich should be able to clear out these waves fairly easily. Back, get his second item, and then come in towards this dragon ready. He's also got the TP himself as well, but there has been a lot of investment on the top side of the map for V5 to make sure they could get that tier 1.
Yeah.
They haven't actually established themselves on this bottom side just yet.
But they're making it there early here to try and get that vision down, get Karsa in position, push out that bottom lane with Rich, but Ala trying to catch out Karsa. Apparently he just has Karsa's name at this point, just going full in. Now Doinb trying to get the seismic shove, does not connect it, and V5 are in prime position for this dragon. Ooh, see a little bit Ultra Shock Laser coming back. A bit of a choke here for V5 to work around, but Ala on the flank, looking for it yet again.
You got to remember, the early games of the series were dictated by Ala having these great flanks, pushing for the angle. The wall's actually going to cut him off, yeah. It will get cancelled.
Doinb's like, I'm sorry, we won't do that again. He does get spotted out by the blue trinket, and now it's the Glacial Prison coming in, the hostile takeover. They're just trying to take the dragon, and it will be secured by Karsa. All on the flank. He's looking for the big counter strike. The flashes are coming from V5. The bailout, it's not enough just yet. Photic trying to run away. The seismic shove goes wide, but LNG, they find a kill after the dragon is taken by V5.
It was a messy setup from LNG. Ala kind of caught in no man's land because of that Weaver's Wall, and with that V5 managed to get the dragon. They will lose one, but should still be able to move across to go for mid lane, but it's the Baron that LNG have their eyes on.
Yeah, they want to try and force the pressure here. Tarzan's low, but you know, they still want to try and make an attempt at this. I think it's so hard, though. Look how many people are healthy on V5, and Rich is up in 13 seconds with TP.
And we saw LNG lose a fight after Baron last time around. Got to be a little bit scary in this type of situation. Tarzan's getting a little bit low. There's Karsa in a pit, but it's secured by Doinb. After all, it's the super carry, but they got to get out afterwards.
Yeah, the double smite, the reason they go for this play, but V5 want to make them accountable.
Rookie's looking for the Shurima shuffle. Doinb is caught out in the end. The CC is enough. Rich and Rookie trying to separate it. Doinb buying a lot of time, but it's not enough. He secured the Baron, but he loses his life.
Karsa used to be the king of thieves, but Tarzan is showing up massively when it comes to these smite fights again. Steals away the Baron, and LNG just about managing to escape. Brilliant stuff for LNG. Yes, Doinb goes down, but they'll be more than happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risky scenario to go for, but the double smite gave them confidence that they could make this play work. And you'll see here, they sync it really well together. It's at 1200 when it dies. And yes, this does look like it's on a knife's edge, but LNG, you know, because there's those 3 dragons stacked against them, they felt like they had to do something.
And a lot of distraction for Doinb there to try to get the rest of his team out of there, realizing what kind of position he was in as Rich and Rookie came across the wall there. And in this setup, that was a big moment.
One thing to say though, Doinb's just respawned now, right? Because he's been off the map, it's allowed V5 to contest the waves to push out a bit. They also have fantastic wave clear, so I'm not sure how much LNG will be able to get off this Baron. And bear in mind, the Dragon they lost is a permanent factor, whereas Baron will eventually time out for now, though. They're going to try and use this Weaver's Wall and get this mid lane tier 1, but Photic is there to try and defend, and even with the Baron wave, look, well, it's so easy to shred through them.
And I like the idea from Doinb there, like, cut off Photic, see if you can manage to just get on top of him, but wave wasn't underneath the tower fast enough. They don't have the range to actually poke him out, and it means that that Weaver's Wall is now out of the equation for anything that V5 want to do.
And the fact that this mid lane tier 1 is still available for V5 is such a pain point for LNG. We saw Rich just coming up, having pushed in the bot wave. Top lane's been answered as well. They were trying to brute force mid, and Baron's only got a minute left, and they've gotten nothing from it.
Yeah, I mean, 700, 800 gold, not what you want to necessarily bring home from a Baron play, but they will find themselves a little bit of that breathing room here in the middle. Especially
when you consider that it was that 3rd dragon that went over to V5 to start that play.
Yeah.
Now you're looking less than 2 minutes until that next one. V5 still contesting you a mid because that mid terror spawn still stands. They can get vision control down. They don't have to retreat right the way back to your turret. LNG can't establish the vision control they would like before that next objective either. So LNG very unsuccessful on the Baron push, and now V5 still stand greedily in this mid lane.
And with about a minute and 30 till that next dragon, right, the points are all in V5's favor because they can dictate if they want to fight over that. They want to give over that dragon to LNG and find something else on the map.
And I'm going to be honest, LNG need to secure this next dragon, because even if they win the fight, unless they instantly end the game,
he just doesn't like Karsa, all right? He just wants to go against Karsa. Tarzan coming down to try to block off the path here. Allah's buying a lot of time. He might have overextended himself, though, maybe thinking the rest of his team is coming to help him. He gets the wild growth out, jumps to his teammates. The hostile takeover will only hit Doinb, and he gets out alive.
Just about has the TP to come back as well, so now Sej ult, Sivir ult, and the hostile takeover down.
Everything's used. The pillar, the seismic shove now down as well for LNG. Their initial try, the try from the bush, not going to find exactly what they're looking for, but Allah is coming on behind. And now you got the lightning crash from Light to try to set up the damage. Allah trying to find Rich. Rich gets the dominance. Rich surviving for so long, but now he has the bailout. He's trying to survive, but the croc goes down, made into boots by Light.
They're still pushing on, though. LNG with Light now on full swing. He's gone for Rookie.
Rookie's just dead. That's 2 kills for Light, and he's making it happen.
15 seconds on the Dragon, that should be enough, and LNG able to secure the fight and get the objective they need. Karsa just won't be able to approach.
Great TP from Allah again. V5 tried to establish themselves in River, and Allah with that TP in behind causes absolute chaos, and LNG are able to capitalize.
And the big thing was the fact that the ults were down for the bot lane of V5. The hostile takeover, both this game and last, has been such a fantastic tool, and not being available, the fact that Light has the lightning crash to push forwards, it made all the difference.
It did, and you see the back and forth, right? Alla just going full ham in the start of that fight, but surviving for so long, Dagda.
And that's the thing, because they'd committed everything to try to take Alla down and they don't get the kill, well, then LNG are able to step up. Light is unleashed, and now, again, 2-0-1, having the Infinity Edge completed, working up towards his full item. Light is online, and you're still looking at Photic, definitely getting there himself in a good spot, but just the setup for Light when that hostile takeover is down is so good.
And now they're starting to stack up those Hextech Dragons as well. The attack speed and ability haste on the Zeri, on the Jax, so threatening, given so much power. Rookie might be in trouble here once again.
Uh-oh. Hey, he has gotten the Emperor's Divide combo every time against Doinb. I don't know if it's going to come out this time around. Does dodge out of the seismic shove, and the rest of LNG backing away as ppgod and Photic coming up the side here pretty quickly. They don't have Karsa with them, though, as he's going the long way around.
Alla has no TP. Alla has no TP. He can't get to this.
Yeah,
this could be V5 making the pick that they need.
They're trying to force the fight here as they have the push from Alla on the bottom side for LNG. This is a 5v4. They've already caught out Doinb. They're also going to catch out Lumao. That's 2 kills potentially, as Doinb's still alive, but not for long. And now it's still Alla pushing in the side. Now, with that Baron coming up in just a few moments, I want to see if V5 commit to it. They're already sending Rich back, and it looks like they're starting it up.
Yeah, I think they lose this tower. Maybe Rich can try and force them away for the inhib, but they need to go for the Baron now. If Tarzan steals this, it could be so bad for V5. And look,
the health bars.
Yeah, the laser doing so much from Light.
This is not good for V5. They're going to try to force the occasion here. Alla trying to get the flank on the backside with the Hextech Gate as he's trying to join the fight as quickly as possible. The Ultra Shock laser is not enough. Karsa will get the Baron. Alla wants to make it happen, gets the Emperor's Divide back. They've already killed Karsa. Alla goes down as well. Light is putting in the pepper, but he can't get the damage, and the spice is not.
V5 are snatching victory from the jaws of defeat every single time. LNG look like they have control, and they are not able to capitalize on it. V5 get the pick, they get the Baron, and they get away with it.
And now, with the Baron in hand, the fact that Dragon is the next objective to spawn, you can just play through bot, push the wave in deep. That inhibitor being down isn't an imminent concern. 4 items now complete for Photic. This Sivir is truly online.
All they're saying is extra gold, super minions at the bottom lane. Yeah, I see your hands on your head, Dagda. You all right? You making it?
I just don't know how they're doing it again. We saw it in Game 3 where LNG looked like they were in a commanding spot. And then we get V5 bringing it back. V5 again start off with a good early game. LNG start to bring it back in the mid game. And V5 find that one moment.
And look.
And now it just feels like they're going to manage it again.
Yeah, and look at the inventories. I just seen stopwatch picked up by Karsa, by Rookie, and by Photic. They know this next fight's the big one, right? They feel confident in their item spikes. Photic is truly online, most gold in the game, and they're looking to try and win this next 5v5 and get that soul.
And you were talking about item spikes, but now the 3-0 Zeri has the Guardian Angel. We'll see if Alla can make it out alive after this one. He is the Jax, the Blastcone, playing a little game with the rest of V5, but he will have to commit his life. He has the GA to buy some time, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him out of here as Lumao and the rest of the squad coming over.
Rookie!
Big Rookie, Emperor's Divide. He has to go golden immediately, but V5 are picking them apart. They've separated the fight, and that's a double kill for the world-class mid laner Rookie.
This is exactly what happened in Game 4, the last time these two teams faced off. What pushed us to that Game 5 was Alla being caught in his own jungle, and it's just happened again.
Oh, the wall is huge with Baron. I think V5 wanted the end of this play. It's about 25 seconds on Tarzan. Only Doinb and Light to defend. They might still try and go for the end. They still have a wave here. It's all on Doinb and Light.
5v2. Can they make the stand while the rest of the team is coming back from the brink of death? V5 are onto the towers here. Rich going onto Light. He has the shield bow, though, popping and healing, and they're putting some serious damage in as Doinb. If he lands one seismic shove, it could make the difference. LNG lose one tower, but now afterwards, the bottom lane is in trouble.
That's TPs, though, for LNG. They can start to pose them dead. Look, they're going for it.
They're trying
the Baron recalls, though.
But they're already gone. Oh, Rich gets denied. Rich gets caught out, and Rich joins the death table.
And it's 10 seconds until the dragon. That could be another one for LNG. It's a Nexus Tower for Nexus Tower off of the creeps. They're in the bottom side, and Karsa is sitting here. Tarzan is hunting. They're trying to see if they can get the steal, but with Rich dead for 40 seconds, this will not be a fight the V5 can win.
Karsa has flash. He might go for the Miracle Steal, but doesn't have vision into the pit right now. 4k HP.
He tries to go in, and can he get it? He does not. He misses the smite. Tarzan comes up clutch.
Oh, and it keeps coming down to these little moments. If Rich was able to get out, they might have been able to get there in time with the Hex Gauge, being able to contest the Dragon. But now, 3 apiece. LNG, 27% attack speed, 27 ability haze, and 1 Dragon away from Soul.
140 health separated V5 from a Soul. Separated V5 what could have been them going to the world stage. Now LNG back with another Dragon in their pocket, holding on desperately. And it feels like every single time it is literally tit for tat. Every step of the way, they're making sure that V5 bleed and LNG are taking it just as good as they give.
And that's because this is potentially the last series for either of these squads. This is elimination in the regional qualifiers with a chance to even, not just from this best of 5, they have to go on to play another best of 5 after this. So all the stress, all the pressure is honed by these experienced members.
I'm going to be real sad if we don't get our third best of, like 5 games.
We need
best
15
of 5.
games,
We need
man.
15 games over 3 days, because this, I need more of this. Now with V5 stepping up massively, looking like they've finally woken up into this series, you can see how tense it has gotten. But we got to bring it back down, right? Minute and 20 until Baron. We're getting full items across the board almost for everyone. You can see Light having his GA there, now working up towards his last item. You're looking at this very similar story for Photic, who has finished all of his builds.
And with both teams having a Nexus Tower down, having an inhibitor that is open, it does mean that a one fight could just mean the game is over. So have to be so cautious. Things really down to the wire now, and it has been such a close back and forth game. There's 500 gold between these two teams at 36 minutes in the game. 3 dragons apiece, and everything could just come down to the next fight. With 50 seconds on the Baron, we see V5 leaning in that area, but really all they started to become a big issue in the side lane.
You're starting to see V5 though. Look at the amount of vision control they have. Look at how they're establishing themselves. TP is up for Rich, is not available for Allah, but Rich cannot leave this bot lane if Allah doesn't, because Allah will just end the game with those creeps. So this is where V5 have to force something in the 4v4.
You can see even Doinb was actually leaning down towards there with the Weaver's Wall, could join him quickly. And one thing to note, if Ole wants to take the inhibitor, I don't think Rich can stop him in the 1v1. He'll just be able to, you know, beat on it, use the counter-strike to ignore his damage. So you see V5 very cautious here, but LNG trying to contest the vision.
It's not a nice edge, man. They're all over the place, but waiting for the pick out.
And you can see both teams trying to play off the timer on that bot lane. If Rich can push out the wave, well, then you'll see V5 start to aggress. When Allah is putting pressure onto that inhibitor, that's when they'll aggress. And V5 now are saying, we need to go. Allah's working towards the base.
Both top
Karsa.
laners have TP. Karsa's almost dead. Those spikes in the back of the pit doing serious work. And this is LNG feeling comfortable in this moment. No, Emperor's Divide will deny them into the pit. Does Rookie get caught out here in the end? He flashes, so he makes it out alive. Maybe, as Light's trying to push it forward. Hostile takeover comes out. Doinb on the other side. He takes the Hex Tech gate, but is it going to be enough to TP from both top laners to come join the fight? Light is going front to back. Light is riding the lightning, and LNG with a flash from Allah. They might have just found the fight. That's going to be GA from both of them, but LNG are taking it to V5. Rookie is trying to make it happen. Rookie is trying to be a super carry, but can he make it happen himself? He takes down Doinb, and the rest of LNG are out of the fight.
It looked doomed for V5, but the bailout from ppgod, the damage from Photic. Rookie's going for the flank. Light is so low, trying to grab the honey fruits.
Rookie is unrelenting. He will not let this series go out of hand. Light taking one more poke, one more prod. Lumao goes down as well, and V5 are pushing it.
Karsa's ult is about to come off cooldown. Light manages to escape over the wall, but Karsa is hunting. They're going for the base. 8 seconds until Tarzan is up for 20 before everyone else. You don't have the wave, but V5, they're going to keep going here.
I'm not sure they can end. I think the best call might be to go for that dragon in 30 seconds. They have the shorter death timers right now. I think with Light healing up, they don't want to try and push into the base, but they will have the setup for Soul.
But look at the summoner spells, beaten and bruised. Everything was used in this last fight. We get the steal coming through here, but Rookie forced the flash over the wall to get away from Tarzan, who had blast coined into the pit. And as everyone is starting to run away, you're getting chip damage, you're getting the poke damage, you're just about able to get some extra little bits of chips onto the fight, but now we're going to look at it again.
Oh, and Dragon's been started up already. Lumao's running over. The fight's going to happen in a second.
Handshake came out. Tarzan trying to get in the pit. Tarzan doesn't get it. Karsa gets it, and that's the Hextech Soul going over to V5. Rich is on the back line, and this could just be it. Rookie is making it, but look, Light has the damage back and forth. Photic is gone. That's a big Emperor's Divide from Rookie. Ala wants to go forward. V5, no, they need to run away from this fight, but Karsa's going back in. Karsa's trying to make it happen here himself, but Rich gets taken down. A double kill for Super Carry Doinb.
They're cutting him off. This is what just happened to Rookie.
This is so heartbreaking. Rookie is down. V5 are down. And LNG, they might just make it.
Even without the Soul, they find the fight, and LNG are going to deny V5, going to deny Rookie from Worlds.
LNG will find the fight. They find the game, and that's 3-1 and a date with RNG for Worlds.
LNG will not be denied the miracle run. They will find their game against RNG, and the smile from that man on your screen. Doinb knows how hard fought it was for him to go back to Worlds, but now wearing a different jersey, he will represent LNG if he can take down RNG.
And it was a fight every step of the way through playoffs into the regional gauntlet, an absolute battle to claim this victory. But he will continue the journey and the hope of repeating the miracle run from 2021.
Exactly that. You read my mind. The fact that we're getting the run from LNG again, it just feels like fate at this point. And I will just say right now, there is a tear in my eye for Rookie. He tried his darndest. He was trying to pull out every single stop in the last 2 games, and it was not able to. We will not see Rookie at Worlds this year.
This game came down to Rookie versus Light, and Rookie tried his damnedest on the Azir, teleporting in, trying to find a way to lock up Light right before the dragon spawns, but they couldn't quite catch him. And then Light able to bring it back at that final fight and find the victory.
The fact that they got the Soul as well, I thought maybe the slow would be enough for them to get away to kite back, but man, Light had such a performance this whole series, being such a pivotal carry for them in the team fights.
And starting off the day where we were waiting because he wasn't feeling good. And the fact that we get this banger 4 games, he carried 2-3 of them at this point. And it's incredible. I do too. I was sitting, I wanted 15 games. I can't believe we get the
finishing. Got 14. We got shortchanged.
It's absolutely shortchanged here, but incredible stuff from LNG. Again, the biggest thing for LNG is that they have adapted in every series, and to see them pull out the stops in the 4th game, find a way to pick apart those fights using Light from the back line. He was untouched in so many of those because there were so many distraction tools from LNG.
And you can see how difficult it was for LNG. I think Ala shout out to him as well. Even though there were times where he got caught out, in team fights he was crucial. Getting those counter strikes, getting those stuns, playing very well in the front line to allow Light to step up. Tarzan as well, fantastic job with these Trundle pillars. It just felt so difficult for LNG to operate in these fights.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of crazy that Tarzan lost the Smite fight at the end, because it feels like this entire series, he's been so on point of it. I think, like, it's easy to look at the team fights and look at the fact that Light was his big carry, what the solo lanes did, but I feel like Tarzan, from minute 1 of the game, was such a pertinent problem for V5, just finding these great paths, great advantages for the team.
Yeah, well, LNG will find themselves with the